Hello Internet, welcome back to my Let's Play of Untitled Story. In this video we're going to try and not be interrupted quite as often. In fact, I'm hoping for twice as many interruptions because, I don't know, it's not something you would expect me to say. That makes it hilarious, right? No? Anyway, I'm going to fight the splitting boss, but this time actually win. Or at least, that's what I could say if I could see the future. But I can't, so I can only say I hope I can win. But we all know I'm gonna win. Right? Sure. Why not? I've never really tried a strategy of sticking to the ceiling. I just thought of it. Doesn't seem to last very long now, does it? Whole problem with this boss is I'm not very good at it. Now, if we changed that, this entire boss would just be trivial, so I guess he had to leave that in, so it wouldn't be too boring. Yeah, I'm so not winning this. If I do, I'll be amazed. I don't know about you, but I'll be amazed. Maybe I'm a really great player and I just pretend to be terrible. Just for fun. I assure you that's not how it works. I don't really have enough health for this, so I'll do it anyway. Gonna clear lava, whatever. Sorry for not memorizing the name of all the zones beforehand. It's called Fire Cage. Very red area. Red is not my favorite color, but I can appreciate it aesthetically anyway. This would be our introduction to a thwomp, I suppose, if you've never played any Mario games ever. Okay. Apparently I do not know my own boundaries. Let's just, I don't know, attack some other place. I was meaning to go up here last video anyway, so why not? It's an exploration game, you know, might as well explore someplace, you know, completely different than where I've just been for the past 2 minutes. Over here, a couple of warps in a cave, not a cage, I guess. I don't know, it's not a cage. This warp just goes nowhere important. It goes way over there, as you can see. We'll be going back there later. Over here goes to another obstacle course of doom called Mount Side, clearly. And you get a toughness upgrade, which reduces all damage taken to you by 10 every toughness upgrade you get. There are 3 in the game. First time I played this game, there were only 2 in the game, but it's been updated since then. This area has been made slightly less challenging in the beginning parts, not in the ending parts. But I've gotten a lot better at it since the first time I've played it quite clearly. Pro or something. Well, if I was a pro, I'd probably get that on my first try, but nah. Anyway, I just made that look a lot easier than it actually is. Or maybe it's really easy and anyone who doesn't do very good on that is terrible. I'm willing to accept this. But the people who are terrible probably aren't willing to accept it. Who knows? Some of them might be very, you know, depressed, so they might accept it that they're just terrible at the game. I wouldn't agree. That'd kind of be feeding their depression if I agreed. That would be cruel. Who would do that? Well, there are a lot of people on the internet that would do that. It's a sad world we live in. Sad world where you can hear every time I accidentally blow into the microphone. Very sad. Down here is the water land, I guess. Everyone likes it because everyone likes water, right? Yeah. Cats notwithstanding. Actually, waterlands are usually not a very popular part of a video game, but I like it. You get the ability to freeze. Freezing works by charging up your fire shots and then it's ice. Don't ask me how that works, but you can shoot it down here and you can't shoot fire down here. That was a very quick explanation of how this works. Right now I'm just waiting for the fish to get into place because there's an upgrade over there that'll allow me to breathe slightly longer underwater. I'm having trouble holding directions because apparently on this computer you can't hold Z, left, and jump at the same time. This is a handicap and I am not used to it. Well, let's test this. No, you can't. That's... wow. That's a darn shame, I have to say. Over here to the left is a dead end, but it has another... no, I think it's just I can't hold left and jump at the same time. No, I can. I don't understand what it is. It's annoying and seemingly random, and I might die on my way back. But over here is another height upgrade. Height upgrade? No. Over here is another breath upgrade. So I can breathe the maximum amount of time. But over here is also a treasure chest, which is the real reason I've decided to go over here, because I love these things. There's a very interesting treasure chest. I don't know if I remember how to do it. But we can find out, I suppose, if I remembered or not. Did I remember or not? I guess we're finding out together. Anyone who knows the solution by heart probably knows if I got it or not. But I am not one of those people. You know? Well, I certainly know, if you don't. I don't really know what to talk about, except I could go on about how commentary is hard. No, wait, what? I could go on about the reason people watch these videos. Is it for... oh, I did that in the first video, that's stale already. I don't think anyone wants to hear me talk about that again. Clearly it's not for the gameplay, unless you like laughing at other people's failures. Which, I'll admit, is possible. I mean, I laugh at my failures all the time, they're hilarious. I mean, look at this. Oh. I actually thought I had failed at some point. But shortly after that point, I realized I hadn't. Now, so I trek back, and I get to die and redo everything except the treasure chest, which stays done because anything regarding money in the game saves regardless if you do or not. So you can't, like, I don't know, lose money somehow and reload the save. There is a gambling system in the game, and there are other things to spend money on. Oh, yeah, called it. Well, we'll be going back there later. Right now, I'll get to show you, well, you'll get to see the gambling system and how it causes me to lose all of my crystals really quickly. It's blackjack, sort of, and I just lost most of my crystals. Isn't it fantastic? This is an extended, I don't know, show and tell or something. I think the dealer cheats, personally. I think it's uncanny how often it gets a 21 compared to me, but I'm just a sore loser, I guess. 13. I don't think he'd bust on a 13. 20. I watch him get a 21. Or 5 cards, which is an instant win. It's so unfair when he does this. Oh. I got a profit. Well, my conscience is telling me to keep gambling, so I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. I'm gonna buy a house. Now I'm gonna go buy some things to put in my house. Of which you can buy 3 arcade games, which are mini games. They're kind of fun. You'll see them when we get to them. This clock tells you what time it is when I'm recording. It's 1:30 in the morning. It didn't say in the morning, but I did, so that's added information that the game won't tell you, which is why this game is terrible. It doesn't tell you AM or PM. Why did he make this? Yeah, I know I'm overreacting. But I'm being pretty, you know, monotonous, or I'm not sounding very excited while I'm saying it, so you could probably guess that I'm not serious. And if you, hold on, if you don't guess that I'm not serious, I was just checking to see. Well, I moved the microphone down, so I was checking to see if you could hear me blowing on it. Nope, a lot harder now. I'm not going to tell you anything about this game. You're just going to have to assume it from the gameplay. It takes a while to get what you want, but if you beat the highest score, you get a free heart. It's pretty amazing. I'll be the first to admit it's pretty amazing. I didn't hear anyone say it was pretty amazing. There's nothing much I could say about this. I'm contemplating whether I should just skip this, but it is part of the game. And it is part of the gameplay, so I think I should keep it. Maybe I should just tell you more about the game while I'm playing, or maybe I should just think to myself what I should be doing instead of thinking to myself while playing this. Or maybe I should be explaining to you why what I'm doing in this commentary is not good, and I probably should stop. Wow, that was so meta. Insert Portal reference here. I do all of the trendy memes that Larco doesn't cover. If you don't know who that is, look him up. Anywho, yeah, the high score is 17,500, I think. So we're gonna be here a while. This might be the entire video. Isn't it great? Just 12 minutes of me playing Astro Crash, or whatever this is called. Not talking about a whole lot. Good times. I suppose I should start developing running gags, seeing as this isn't getting anywhere. Maybe my running gag can be long, boring parts where I don't say a whole lot. That is the best running gag I've ever heard of in my life. You know, I have to say that because it's one I came up with, and I don't want to end up depressed like all of you. I need some self-esteem, you know. This doesn't give me any self-esteem. This does, though. This gives me lots of self-esteem. It makes me feel invincible-esque. This is the part of the game where it gets interesting. It gets fun to play, instead of just boring and monotonous like my commentary. It's actually, you know, interesting. It'll keep your interest for 12 minutes, unlike me. Up. Up. I just sacrificed a few hits there for no reason. I hope you appreciate that. It was for the commentary, I assure you. It really was. I was contemplating talking about my other videos in this one. That would just be so self-serving. So terrible commentary, just going on about a different video in this one. That I thought, wow, that's really appropriate for my video. That's exactly the kind of thing I do in my terrible videos. But I decided not to anyway. Maybe I've changed. Maybe I just can't think of any videos to talk about. Wow. That's a lot of points. If I had to... Nah, I lost my train of thought. There's one thing I can do. It's talk about nothing. Not in the sense that I'm saying random, meaningless things. It's that the things that I'm saying really don't hold water. Not that they're confusing, it's just nothing. I'm not saying anything. I could go on for 5 minutes just saying I'm not saying anything, and that would make my point. So let's not do that. I shouldn't have a valid point. I'm a video game player. You shouldn't come here to hear my opinions on things. Except maybe the video game I'm playing, but that's a big maybe. You know what I mean? Oh, that's unfair. Oh well. So that was Astro Crash. We've so far done a whole lot of nothing in the video, so I'm gonna try to defeat that boss that splits again. I don't think I'm gonna do it this time. I'm really very pessimistic about this. And being pessimistic is by far the best way to... It's like I could see that coming. Portal reference. I already made that joke. Wait, that was a joke? Could have fooled me. I'm not sure if I just talked to myself there. Think I should see a psychiatrist. Are you umber to you too? To you too. Jerk. Not sure the best strategy to defeat this boss. So I'll just do this instead of actually thinking about it and developing a strategy of some kind. I'll just wing it. That seems to have been working so far. I mean, what is this now? 2-0, 3-0? Well, it's gonna be 3-0 in a bit. My hopes, practically non-existent. I don't even remember how I did this in the past. Maybe I had lots of help. Or something, I don't know. Oh, I'm getting quite crazy. But the toughness upgrade really does help this early in the game. Later on, I don't want to say not so much, but not so much. I just did something I didn't want, and it was for you guys. My one viewer. Myself. That's depressing. Speaking of depression, I don't know. Some witty joke regarding how small this boss is getting in its multiple parts. I'm sure there's a witty joke to be made there. You could just come up with it yourself, or if you're not witty enough, much like myself, you can post it in the, you can read the comments, and hopefully someone wittier than either of us will have posted something witty. Meanwhile, I will have cried myself to sleep having died with only 2 freaking guys left. And I didn't even do that on purpose. Unlike my last Untitled Story video, series, which ended with only 1 part, was an hour long, and absolutely nothing got accomplished in it. Much like this video. See you guys next time.